Hello, everyone. Welcome to Time, Teams, and Trivia. Today, let's look at what's in the news. Let's look at some of the natural disasters that have happened in the world of sports that have forced teams to relocate temporarily. Specifically, today, we got word that the Tampa Bay Rays will be forced to relocate to George Steinbrenner Stadium in Tampa. Their stadium, which was destroyed by Hurricane Milton, is no longer available for play in 2025 and maybe beyond. The hurricane, obviously, as you can see here, destroyed the roof, causing over $55 million worth of damage that insurance may or may not pay for, and it won't be done in time for the upcoming baseball season. So, what were the Rays to do? Well, they looked around trying to find different places to play, possibly staying home in Tampa the best they could, and the best they could come up with was to relocate to the New York Yankees spring training complex. Now, I don't know if the Yankees are going to allow them to take the Yankee signs down there behind home plate, but that is the best option they had for what they were going through. As you can see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are welcoming them home across the street from them, but this is obviously, hopefully, a temporary situation for the Rays. Now, what should they do? Should they stay in Tampa for the foreseeable future playing in a minor league stadium? What do the Yankees do with their minor league players? Do they play at different times in the day? What about the seasonal weather that comes through? We know that Tampa Bay has the storms and things like that they would play through because they were in a dome. But now, what do the Rays do, at least for one season? Looking ahead for the Rays, they have this beautiful ballpark that they're dreaming of making. It has not even started yet. It's at least 3 years away, and with the city and the stadium that they're currently in having to rebuild after the hurricane, who knows if this will actually start on time for them to play in 2028-ish, maybe 2029. So for 1 year, they're going to try George Steinbrenner Stadium and see if they can make it work. It may take longer. But my thought was, how many other teams have had to go through the situation that the Rays are about to embark on? Many of you watching will remember Katrina. Back in 2005, Hurricane Katrina took New Orleans literally by storm, destroying or wrecking most of the city, and specifically the Superdome and the, where the stadium is for the Hornets back then. This forced the teams of New Orleans to leave for at least 2 years. The Saints played some games at LSU, played some other games at San Antonio, while the Hornets were forced to go to Oklahoma City and rebrand themselves as the Oklahoma City / New Orleans Hornets, paving the way for them to get a team of their own when Seattle left to go to Oklahoma City. This is one of the instances where very similar situation to the Rays. A hurricane comes through, destroys the place. While they rebuild, the teams have to relocate and see where they can go from there. But what other times have teams had to relocate? Some of you remember 1977, or actually earlier 1977, the Yankees were remodeling their stadium and asked the Mets if they could play there. Well, similar to what the Rays had a situation, the Yankees gave permission for the Rays to use their spring training complex. The Mets shared their home of Shea Stadium with the Yankees for 2 years while Yankee Stadium was being renovated. Interestingly enough, at the same time, because Yankee Stadium was being renovated, the Giants needed a place to play, and the Jets were already playing there, so you had 4 professional teams all playing in one stadium at one time. I'm not sure that's ever happened or will ever happen again. Of course, all of us remember COVID and what happened with COVID and the Toronto teams, space teams who were playing American teams. The borders were hard to get through, couldn't really get through. So the professional teams in Toronto moved into the Americas, or into America, to play their games there. Toronto played in Tampa Bay, while the Blue Jays played in Buffalo for a season while they were dealing with the after effects of the pandemic. These also were times where teams were forced to relocate temporarily. So this got me thinking, I need to compile a list of all the different teams that have had to relocate for whatever reasons, whether it be for natural disasters, for remodeling for COVID. So I came up with at least 15. I'm sure you can find more. You have more. If you have any, please leave comments so we can compile this list a little farther. Some of these are individual games, some of these are longer stints, but obviously there's challenges to this. It's not like you can just pick up and easily just play wherever you want to. You have your teams, your fans, your organization all have to up and move for extended periods of time. Home games may not even be home games anymore. Your fans who you're leaving behind, especially if it was a disaster or sickness like the pandemic, they may not be watching as much or providing the revenue that you need while you're doing this. So your financial constraints or implications can be very significant. Concession revenues, all these things, because you're renting these places out, you're not going to be doing as well as you were doing before. So this got me thinking, what situations would make teams have to go through this? We have places like in Los Angeles where the Chargers and the Rams were waiting for their stadium to be built, so they had to go into temporary housing. You just got to think about what this is like, what this can be like, and thinking about the Tampa Bay Rays. They're just got permission for a new, even broken ground yet, and yet they're having to relocate to a minor league ballpark for at least one season, which is interesting because there's another team doing the same thing this year with the Oakland A's going to a minor league ballpark before their stadium is ready in Las Vegas. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of relocation, or at least temporary relocation. And I just thought I'd, pop on and kind of give a little of this. If you think of any other scenarios like this, please let me know. And until next time, thanks for watching.